Make peace with yourself. The war outside exists because the war inside exists.
Masculine energy wants to move. It is its purpose. Movement, expansion, growth, evolution, transformation, doing things. It's kind of like that's why we're here on planet Earth, is to do those things. So it's almost like the masculine energy, the only way for it to understand life is through doing. So it's switching from the masculine to the feminine, which is the holding, the being, the presence, the stillness, the quietness, the space, where there is no doing. Because in meditation, we're practicing the feminine energy, or if you wanted to relate it to a part of the nervous system, it's the difference between your sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. Your sympathetic nervous system is the one that wants to activate, it wants to speed up, it wants to do things. Whereas the parasympathetic nervous system calms things down, it slows down, it stops processes, it calms. So we're working with feminine energy and or parasympathetic nervous system in order to slow down where life is more balanced, because we all can do stuff. We can't all be quiet and still and actually be in peace where there's no mind activity or thoughts about what you need to do or have to do. So this drive we have constantly of achieving things, of doing things, of planning things, of whatever it is that's going on in our minds, or the need to move or, tickle or scratch or do something, all of this is just basically the masculine energy not finding peace. And if you can, in this lifetime, before you die, find peace, it's the biggest gift you can give anybody, is to find peace. The thing is, if you start practicing now, you can even start living with peace instead of just dying in peace. So from that perspective, it's just a reference point, but if you can practice it now, even if you can reach that state for 10 minutes a day, that 10 minutes is vital for your healing, for your stress levels, for recalibration, for integration, for transformation, for rebalancing your organ systems, for your hormones, for chemicals in your body, for releasing toxicity. All of those things function better when you're in a peaceful state. Your digestion, for instance, definitely is better when you're in a peaceful state than in a stressed state. When you're in a stressed state, you don't digest food. Your blood doesn't even go to your stomach. The blood goes into the muscles. So adrenaline response, fight or flight, is basically adrenal. So basically that means that you're overactive 24/7. Even in your sleep sometimes, people don't really sleep very deeply. Or they're so exhausted they pass out, which means they're also not really resting because they're overtired. So it's just about finding balance. The one question I would say, ask yourself, in those moments where you feel, say for instance, you want to get up and move, or you're in meditation and you get a message, I've already done 10 minutes, I don't need to do another 10 minutes, I can rather get on with whatever it is that I need to do, I'll get more done today. Ask yourself how much freedom you have in that moment to decide. If it feels like a compulsion to move, to do something, it means your mind has more control over you than you have over your mind. So learn to recognize the freedom of choice. If you feel you don't have a freedom of choice, then there's something to look at. Because it should be your choice whether to move or not. It should be your choice whether to get up or be able to sit in this moment and just find stillness. And again, there's nothing wrong with not having those choices. Karmically speaking, we will have to clear those karmas that keeps us from being still, which means the more karma you clear, the more space will be created in your life in order for you to not to have to do so much. But you still have to clear the karma. So it's okay to work. Just keep doing what you love, keep doing what you do. It's no problem with working. You should be working. It's good. It keeps you conscious and active and growing and expanding. But just know that ultimately you want to have choice. And you don't want to wait necessarily until you're 70 or 80 before you have those choices. You want to get it earlier in your life so that you can actually live a peaceful life as well.